Hello everyone, good afternoon. Today is the second and the last day of our ever-evolving e-Biznet. I'm Chirag from Team CREDAI MCHI with my co-host Charmi. After the success of first e-Biznet, we are back with the CREDAI MCHI Biznet 2.0, where business is just a click away. Let's have a quick AV. Thanks to the digital platform, we have delegates from all parts of India, metros, and developing cities. Thank you so much for taking your time out and attending eBiznet. eBiznet 2.0 is a 2 days building material conclave, this being the second day. The highlight of this event is exclusive offers with latest technologies, barter deals, best pricing, and customized payment terms. Day 1 of the second edition of CREDAI MCHI eBiznet was launched yesterday. In the presence of 250 procurement teams from Mumbai, Pune, Bhopal, Nashik, Coimbatore, Aurangabad, Ahemdabad, Hyderabad, Howra, Bangalore, Chandigarh, and other cities on Pan India. The day was inaugurated by CREDAI MCHI President-elect Shri Goradia Sir, Vice President CREDAI and CREDAI MCHI Shri Baman Irani, and President CREDAI Bengal Shri Belbani Sir. And the show was moderated by Mr. Rajesh Agnello and Dr. Harshul Savla, and special thanks to our procurement wing members. We take pride in introducing our event partners for the 2 building material conclave. Our premium partner, Berger Paints India Private Limited, City Lift India Limited, Offender, a brand by Millennium Engineers and Contractors Limited, Energlow, ThyssenKrupp Elevators India, Deconic India, and our creative partner, Markenzo Worldwide. I now invite Mr. T.D. Joseph, Business Head, CREDAI MCHI.
Hello all, nice meeting you again for the second day. I would like to introduce Mr. Jayesh Shah, promoter of Naman Developer. Let me tell you that we are organizing this event on a digital platform, but generally we used to organize this on ground. And on ground, we did around 7 editions. 1 was international, 6 was Mumbai, and the entire edition was organized at Sofitel Hotel, which is owned by Naman. So thank you so much. Jayesh bhai is here on our show. We welcome him. I would like to introduce Mr. Subash Chandra Bose Katuri. Yeah. He is the Managing Director for Pride Group, General Secretary, CREDAI, Andhra Pradesh. Sir, can you speak few words?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. First of all, thank you, Joseph ji. And good afternoon, everyone. Are we hearing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to especially thank Baman ji also. I know very well Baman ji. And one of the best chapters throughout India, what I find CREDAI MCHI is doing excellent job by providing these type of activities for our all builders, and also involving throughout Pan India is a good remarkable achievement by CREDAI MCH. I especially thank CREDAI MCH also for this kind of activities. And first of all, nowadays construction industry is transforming all over world. So we need to enhance our abilities, and as well as the technology development is also one of the part in our industry. So for this case, this second edition of our online building material manufacturing meet, CREDAI MCHI 2.0 e-Biznet, is one of the prestigious launches by CREDAI MCH. Especially, I congratulate all the participants who participated in this event, and I would like to my wish is to continue the same for a long period of time, to update all these kind of material updates, and as well as the technology support for our industry. And now I would like to thank City Lift and Berger and Thesis, Offender and Energetic Glow. These brands are promoting the event right now. And I wish you all success, and I wish you all the best. And also, we will definitely use your products accordingly wherever it is necessary. And I thank each and every member of MCHI and as well as the Pan India, our CREDAI family. Thank you so much for providing this kind of platforms. Thank you, everyone, and we will continue to this kind of spirit forever.
Thank you so
Especially,
much.
yes, I thank CEO Madam also for excellent follow-up.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bose. Thank you so much. Jayesh bhai, just say hi to the entire audience. If you could say hi. Jayesh bhai.
No, certainly. Not only hi, I actually want to wish everybody for
Please, sir, please.
all of you for a great endeavor. And this business is probably going to help the entire industry going forward. I am very convinced on this. So all the best. All of you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now over to our the man Friday, Mr. Hari Easwaran. Hari, sir.
So good afternoon to all of you. Good to be called Man Friday on a Friday. And good afternoon to Mr. Jayesh Shah, Shri Bose, meeting for the first time. After a long time, Mr. Pitawala, Mr. Jalan, Nirav, of course, my good friend. Prashant Mewada is there, I can see. And Joseph, and to your entire MCHI team. I just want to set the pace. They say there's no better equation to set the pace than a long weekend ahead of us and this knowledge sharing. Knowledge, I guess, is the only thing which expands when you share it. Everything else contracts. And this wonderful company that we have, and like my predecessor just spoke, there is nothing better than, you know, what this drive by Mr. Joseph and the entire MCHI team to get this whole act together. Yesterday we had City Lift and Thyssen and Berger. Today, of course, we've got a flavor of Thyssen, we have Fundur and Energlow. So we'll also be going to looking at aviation lights, kitchens, doors, and lifts again. And no better opportunity than this for me to hand over to take you through the paces. And I can see the count. We started 7 minutes back, it was 95. It is now almost close to 133. And Nirav, your able hands now to come forward and take this show forward. Pleasure.
So I wanted to say one thing. Today's Times of India carried a full page article ad of L&T. They did a business of some 1,36,000 crores. So congratulations, Hari sir, for that. Nice to see that full page ad in Times of India. And the Motera, especially the Motera Stadium, what you did in Ahemdabad. Just wanted to congratulate you and your team.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. I will convey to everyone. Thank you.
Nirav ji.
Yeah. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I think it's raining outside in Mumbai. So I think it's better to remain indoors. And as such also, this being a lockdown in Maharashtra, we are already forced to be indoors. So I think we start off with the presentations, as Joseph has already said, and my colleague Hari has already briefed us about 5 presentations. So let me set the tone for the presentations today. We have around 5 presentations with different products. And what is more important is now, I think this being the second day of the second BizNet, which has gone online and giving us an opportunity to interact with the vendors and the manufacturers who display their products. And it gets, you know, many of the things, the feedback which I have received even from my team members, that yesterday's presentation was good and we got some new products and new insights. So I think that is what we all are looking about, to get more and more insights and understand this part. So without wasting much time, I don't want to be in between the presentations and we start off with Thyssen elevators first. Before that, I'll just set the tone as if, you know, we have 1 hour and 15 minutes of ours left for the show before we put the curtains. So that I think we need to be very mindful of the time. And the slot which we are thinking of allotting everybody is 15 minutes. So we start off with 15 minutes. Each one of you can utilize this time the manner in which you want. Either you have a AV, you have a presentation, or you would like to expand this time and utilize more time for question answer sessions within that. So everything should end within that. And definitely we'll be looking for some more bold announcements. This is what the whole intent of this presentation and this afternoon, the show which we have kept, because from the vendors, manufacturers, the, how do we take forward and how do we move towards the supply chain. So I invite Mr. Manish Mehan from Tisan. He is the MD and CEO, and he is very eager to take off because he is the opening batsman of today's show. I think, Mr. Manish, over to you, and your time starts now for next 15 minutes.
So
Thank you.
thanks, Neeraj and all the panel members here. So we are a German company, so normally we are known for our timeliness and precision. So we'll try our best to complete within 15 minutes as you have given. So as an introduction, my name is Manish Mehan, and I'm the MD and CEO of Thyssen Group. Firstly, I would like to thank CREDAI and MCHI for giving us an excellent platform, where we can connect virtually to so many audience, because that's our business. And I also hope and pray that all of you are safe. Welcome to Thyssen Group's presentation. I would like to introduce my colleague Mayank Desai, and the setup which we will follow. We'll have about 7 to 8 minutes of presentation. Then we want to give sufficient time so that we can address to the questions which you have. And just to also mention, if you see, my background, and you will see the Mayank's background in a minute. So we are sitting in our customer experience center, and this is exclusively for our clients. You could see our products and the components displayed, and we will also like to welcome you to our facility in Pune. So Mayank, over to you.
Thank you, Manish, and thank you MCHA and CREDAI for giving this platform to share something about Thyssen Group. Most of you know aware about our product and company, and wishing you all a happy and safe Independence Day in advance. So from here I'll start with about Thyssen Group, what is Thyssen Group, and I'll take you through the entire process very quickly. We are 8 billion company with 53,000 employees across the globe. Our business are spread across the globe, and we Indian operations comes under Asia Pacific operations. We have our footprint across globe, and manufacturing facilities is in Europe with eight factories in Europe and 1 in India in Asia Pacific, and supported by the Korea and China factories. Similarly, we have R&D centers, 8-9 R&D centers in Europe and 1 in India, again R&D centers. And Thyssen invests a lot of money and develop the innovation product, so that you will see going forward. My innovation technologies like Multi, Twin and Excel. Multi is a solution for today's world, and it will help architect. It is a ropeless elevator which has a horizontal as well as a vertical moment. This will reduce the footprint of the building shaft, building the elevator shaft, and you can utilize more space for the commercial purpose. Twin is again a very old technology for Thyssen Group, but it is very new to the industries. It is almost 15 plus years old technology with the 2 elevators in 1 shaft moving independently. It has a common guide rail, common door, but the machine controller and everything is different. With this 15 years technology, we have installed almost 400 projects, 800 twins across the globe, where we have some of the reference are displayed below. Federation Tower, Beijing Olympic Tower, CMA Tower, and this Excel is a technology for the moving walk, which has a speed increase in between. So entry speed is 0.5, in between it goes up to 3 meters per second, and exit speed is also 0.5. The reason of developing this is to cover the more area. It goes up to 1.5 kilometer. And looking at the passenger safety, passenger will not feel unsafe while entering into the moving walk, because he is entering at the same speed of the normal moving walk, and he is getting out at the same speed of the normal moving walk. So this is the one of the innovative technology which we have developed. Now coming back to Thyssen Group India, what we are doing in India, Indian operation has been started since 2003,
and we have spreaded ourselves across the India with 74 service stations and 24 branches. We have 25,000 elevator in our maintenance, and we have our factory in Pune, factory and head office in Pune. We have multi-purpose facility. We called it as a multi-purpose facility because it has a R&D, it has a seed campus where we train our technicians, and the head office. The total capacity of the factory is 6,000 units, which can be expanded to the 10,000 units. Within the 3 years of operation, we got 4-star safety rating certification from the National Safety Council. And our factory is also certified by OSAS 18,001 2017 and 14,001 2015. So this is our achievements in 3 years from when we started our factory. We are into the solution providing for all of you for corporate offices, hotels, industries, healthcare, residential and education buildings, transportation, mall and entertainment. These are some of our references where we are doing business like developers, corporates, hotels, healthcare and public infrastructures. Our core business is definitely installation, service and modernizations. New sales, new construction equipment covers elevator, escalator, moving walks, airport solutions, home solutions, that is home elevators. And we have the solution for all the segments like low-rise elevator for the residential segment, mid-rise for residential and office segment, shopping malls. Then we have mid-rise elevators, hotels, panoramic elevator, residential high-rise segments, twin elevator for a special requirement where the building is a tube type. You have a place footprint of the shaft where we can install twin. Then high-rise solutions, twin elevator we have in panoramic solutions as well. Double deck, yes, we are selling double deck elevator also for taking passengers from, it is like basically used for the shuttle services where you have to move mass people from one place to another place. And we are into high-rise solutions as well. Now coming to the escalators, we are escalators and moving walks are for shopping mall and the metros. This is our product footprint where you can see the segment, nine segments where we have Enta, Meta and high-rise, that is Tata. Enta 100, Enta 200 is specifically developed for the low-rise building and the mass housing project like Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, affordable housing, which is going forward, the Indian market is going towards that. Meta is for the mid-rise solutions where we can supply from our factory and Pune up to 2.5 meters per second. And beyond that, it is a Jetta where we have the non-standard solutions and also the import product which we can supply from our Korea and German and China factory up to 8-10 meters per second. Then having installed all these products, what is more important is the service. So service, we are having a 25,000 units in our maintenance, which is maintained by our own technicians, and all technicians are equipped with the tablet. We have developed a centralized store with 8,000 components, and our service stations are 24/7 with the 8 commonly speaking language. So any corner of the country, then call up, and then our service technician can understand, service attendant can understand the language. We are into third-party maintenance as well, where we maintain elevator from the third brand. Max is our IoT-based solution, which is the predictive maintenance, which help us in predicting the life of the component and then help us to replace the component in time. Then in service, to make our end customer happy, we have done some of the job like SPBP, spare part business excellence, where all the spare parts are given a part number and it is available online with the technician tablet. Any part technicians needs to fit into the elevator, he can immediately check where it is available. If it is available in satellite store, he will order from there. If it is not, then centralized store can order it to the satellite store, or even other different branches stores are also connected. So any parts availability becomes very easy. And we have service van also, where technician doesn't have to come to office and spend his time. He can directly ask for the material and service van go and deliver it. to make more ease of the logging into the complaint or anything, we have developed the mobile application where customer can simply log in, put the area address, his building name, and he can log in his complaint. So this is all we are doing for the customer and to have them a peace of mind if they buy this an elevator. Then recent time, this is COVID-19 going on, and lot of to develop some solutions. So we have developed air purifier for the elevators, touch-free calling of the elevator, then disinfected spray and the thermal cameras for the elevator. These solutions are available with us for the current situation, to address the current situation in the market. Then handrail sanitizers are available for the escalators. These escalators are generally publicly used in our airports and the malls. So hand sanitizers are available which sanitize the handrail continuously. And the last but not the least, modernization. The elevator, once you install, we service at every elevator has some age. So after age of say 15, 20 years, either you go for a replacement or you modernize your equipment. And by doing that, you will increase the life of the elevator by another 5 to 7 years. So we have the different packages of the modernization where we can do part modernization, we can completely change the elevator, and the 2 snaps is given how it looks before and how it looks now. So once you modernize elevator, it will save and customer time to invest capital for some more years. With this, I think I have covered up ThyssenKrupp very quickly, very fast within the allocated time. Thank you very much for listening, and some of the references I will take you through very quickly. Airports, we have 20 airports, our equipment are making services. So total 103 airports are in India, so we can say that we are the leaders in airport solutions with the more than 19% market share. And to continue that legacy, we have won recently the Pune airport and the Guwahati airport, which is under execution. Then infrastructure, we have installed our escalators in Kolkata Metro Rail, which carries 7 lakhs people daily up and down. In high rise, we are installing in Rupa Rail 6 meters per second, Supernova 4 meters per second. We are into the big township also. Bharatiya City in Bangalore, we are installing more than 80 units. Ahemdabad Town Park in Pune, more than 144 units. AR Landcraft, Godrej, again more than 100 units. Vatika, again more than 100 units. These are some of the big townships what we are handling. Then Asian largest conventional center that is in Dwarka, ICICI Dwarka, and the international exhibition conventional center again in Pragati Maidan, Delhi. These both the projects we are executing, and these are more than 100 units with the elevator, escalator, and panoramic elevators. The biggest mall of India, that is the Mall of India, with 400 brands, which is served by our equipment. We have installed almost more than 100 elevators, escalators in the mall. And now there are non-standard solutions also like industrial elevator, where we have more than 5 tons elevator installed in ITC, and from factory we are dispatching more than 6 tons elevator from our local factory in Pune. Now, these are some of the quick reference commercial projects, hotel projects, education projects, healthcare projects, and now with this I will love to have questions from the audience. Thank you very much for quiet listening, patience hearing. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I take the questions?
Yes, I think we can go on and on with the presentation, but I think it's very important also to
yeah.
clients.
In fact, I should congratulate for the fact that it was a high-speed elevator. The moment it took off, I think we didn't know the travel time, but it was well within that time.
Thank you.
I think you have given more emphasis on the question, so let's have it. I think the first question which has come from Azim Dareka is, how has COVID changed the phasing of the delivery of elevators? This is 2 ways, like, either you have completed your manufacturing, the client is not ready to receive it, or the client is in need of it, he is ready to do it, but you as a company are not able to deliver it because of the restrictions in lockdown and all that. So that's how it's a 2-way
Okay. I think it's an interesting question. We all know that it's a very challenging situation, and the challenges are multifold. The challenges are to manage the supply chains. The challenges are to manage the cash flow at the end of the developers, and the challenges are the labor. I think we all belong to one group of construction industry, and whether we talk about elevator or whether we talk about the any other product or your project site, I think the challenges are more or less same. But to answer directly, I think we had a mixed effect. So I remember, when this COVID thing started, we spent a lot of time to discuss, how to manage the supply chain and so on. But, after, I would say 3 to 4 weeks of, stabilization or let's say digestion about the COVID effect, we started focusing a lot on the planning. So for sure, a company like us, work on a backlog. So we had a very healthy backlog, and we could spend this time more into planning the activities. Now, as we talk now, we are able to fulfill more than 75% of the requirements. So we see, there was month of April and partly May, which was kind of a disaster because there were so many other priorities and also the lockdown. But now since the Unlock 3.0 has started, we are able to ramp up to 70-75% of our normal deliveries. So in fact, the orders are less, but because of the better planning, along with the developers, we are able to push for the deliveries in the market.
Yeah, I think thank you. That's nicely answered. The next question is from Mr. Cyrus Pitawala. He would like to understand that with the new norm which is coming now under the COVID, two aspects which he would like to understand is, one is that now the carrying capacity of the elevators has reduced, right? So with respect to earlier, if it is 10, 15, now it has reduced to 5 or 6. First question is, how is it ensured? Okay, because once the moment the elevator comes, like just as you see for a local train, people just rush in and try to get in. How to prevent that? That's a practical aspect which Mr. Pitawala has raised. Second question is, now since all the elevators, as we are aware, have worked out on the basis of the waiting time and the analysis done. Now this analysis will have to be parked for some time. And how will it impact long queues? What he means to say is with respect to the commercial buildings. I hope I have put up the question properly, Mr. Pitawala.
Yes, definitely.
So, sir, what I would, as a supplier, I would be very happy if you start planning the buildings with the larger capacities and more elevators, probably. But this is not going to be a solution. See, I think there's also waves. When whole COVID started, everybody was talking about, for different products, how they can enforce the norms of social distancing and health and safety. So, the touchless calling and, stickers inside the cabin so that there's a fair distance from one person to another. I think all those concepts came into the picture, and people also implemented that in the short term. But to be honest, I think in the long term, we really have to see, because in the whole ecosystem, people are exposed to, and health and safety environments, not just inside the elevator or the way they touch the button, but, from their home to their desk, when they reaches the office. So I think in general, people have to follow their own, social distancing and take care of themselves. In terms of equipment, we are geared up to supply what can be possible based on the client demands, like to reduce the speed, to reduce the capacity. But we really have to, debate whether these things are a workable solution.
See, actually, what I was trying to say was something else. See, the people just rush inside. So how do you stop that? Because then the social distancing is not capable of carrying out at all. Yeah. So how do you stop that? That's what I want trying to say. They just rush inside, That's it.
I think it's also a behavioral topic, less to do with how we can, from the elevator supplier, we can put a discipline. I can give you an example. When I used to go to our headquarters building in Hong Kong, since decades, they always have a norm that they have these separators and all the people are standing one after another. They are not standing in a haphazard way. The building comes, there's a security guy who directs that this is the elevator has come, please move to this direction. So I think as an elevator solution provider, I would think how we could prevent this traffic flow. I think it's more of a user behavior. The other aspect could be the turnstile solution, which is now getting more and more popularity. When you have a DCS based turnstile solution, then normally people, when they're entering into the office, they punch at a time. So this could restrict, heavy flow just inside the lift lobby.
You're talking of a commercial building. I'm talking of a residential building, say 30 stories, 33 stories. Now, how do you stop the residents? Every floor you cannot provide a turnstile, no?
Absolutely.
Then what is the solution? That's
I
what
think it's the problem is practical.
Will the elevator industry be taking part in not allowing such a thing to happen? What I mean to say is that.
We can restrict the capacity so that there is a limited rush inside the cabin.
Already done the parts and everything. But what I find is that people just rush and they don't bother about this. So how do you restrict the people? The behavior, I have nothing to say more. I
tend to agree. I think the lobbies are crowded and there has to be social distancing, which should be maintained at the lobby level.
Enforce it. Can the elevator industry enforce this? That's what I'm asking.
I doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, Mr. Manish, you want to complete that?
Yeah, so, to restrict people entering into the elevators, I think we have to come up with an innovative solution. So let's see, you're given a big challenge to us.
That is exactly what I'm looking at. So you should try to think about it. It may not be today itself, but you should start thinking on those lines.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the second question is about the waiting time.
That is inevitable.
Exactly. That's inevitable. I think in general, between our industry, this is I think the top favorite topic, whether the buildings are elevated enough, whether, we are optimally designing to...
What I mean is, how much the waiting time will increase because of the reduction in the capacity of the elevators.
Yeah. So I think it can...
20 capacity elevator, they sometimes ask for only 4 people nowadays. So what will be the reduction in the, increase in the waiting time? Other way around.
Yeah. So there's definitely going to be increase in the waiting time, if we reduce the current capacity of the elevators. And when we did an assessment, we were on an average, we came to about 25 to 30% of increase in the waiting time if the capacities of the elevators have to be reduced, to follow the social distancing norm.
So we have to move to the next presentation. The time is up.
Yeah, I think before we just move, Mr. Manish, I just wanted to ask you something. I think I'm skipping another question also, is with respect to any special announcements which you would like to make, because all the procurement team are sitting here, they're looking, something that you're going to give some low hanging fruits for all of us, some payment conditions, relaxations, giving a good pricing or something. If you can utilize this platform, announce, since this is a pan-India thing, and you also being a pan-India player, I would appreciate if you can make some good announcements here.
Sure. I think I totally understand. Two aspects, pricing and the payment terms, both are a big concern today for everyone in the market. The pricing is a bit subjective because, there is a complexity. We belong to an engineering company. So, of the hand, even if I say an X percentage, I think it wouldn't mean anything to the audience here. But we are, looking into putting a speed into localization of the components more and more, so that, they could be priced rightly. So there would be a price reduction which would be coming in our economy product between 5 to 7%. Now, when we talk about the payment terms, there are two things which goes hand in hand. One is the flexibility in the credit, and the other is, the payment surety. So, we are flexible in giving a more credit from 30 to 90 days if, there's a payment sureties attached to it. So I would be very happy to offer that to our clients.
And any extension for DLP period, looking at the COVID specialty?
This we have already done, Neeraj ji. So as a standard industry mein 12 mahine hota hai, we have already given authority to our branches to extend it to 18 months.
Okay, I think that answers the question. I think that's a good takeaway for all the participants. Thank you very much for your time and being on time. I think 4-5 minutes, if it's the value of money, I think we can extend your timelines. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And thanks to all the panelists. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Now we move on to the next presentation of the day. We have a presentation by Hofender, which is a brand by Millennium Engineers and Contractors Limited. They are mainly into doors, then modular kitchen and wardrobes. Hofender is specializing in providing high performance specialty doors, which also includes fire acoustics, kitchen and wardrobes, and they range from economical to the luxury. So you have all the segments catering to that. And AV presentation also there. I invite Mr. Jitin Nambiar, director, for the presentation. Mr. Jitin.
Before I call Mr. Jitin, let's have a quick AV.
Yeah.
Say the good things we build end up building us. At Millennium Engineers and Contractors Limited, MECL, we practically live by these words every day. A vast experience of over 40 years, 800 industry expert professionals and 6,000 skilled craftsmen paired with state-of-the-art equipment make us a pioneer in construction for efficiency and finesse. Having spent many years in the construction sector, MECL recognized the need for a quality and performance-based approach towards finishing products like door sets and kitchens, and have thus created Hofender, an exclusive brand providing high-performance door sets, modular kitchens, and wardrobes with faster and modern installation processes. Hofender's ability to offer doors based on the performance attributes and aesthetic value, combined with MECL's unmatched site knowledge, makes us the ultimate choice for real estate developers and builders. So come, be a part of the Hofender revolution.
Yeah, Mr.
You can start.
Yep. Hi guys, this is Jitin Nambiar from Hofender. How are you guys doing? Can you see the slide?
Yeah, yes, we can.
Yeah. All right. So first, I would like to thank CREDAI MCHI for giving us this opportunity, and our technology partners, Shola and Spanplatter, for our door technology. So as the AV briefly touched on it, we are a brand from Millennium Engineers and Contractors. We've been in the RCC contracting business for the past 40 plus years. Millennium has invested a lot on efficiency and quality, and we've been rewarded by that from our clients who are long-standing clients like Godrej, Mahindra, Raheja, and Kalpataru. We also we are ISO certified and also OSHA certified. Now, let me just quickly take you through the Hofender concept. Millennium saw a real deficit within some finishing products when it came to doors, kitchens, and also wardrobes. And we really wanted to put the evolution back into these products, how the RCC had developed. So we created the brand Hofender to give you high quality engineering door solutions, modular kitchens, and wardrobes. Our main target audience are B2B clients, which are real estate developers who are kind of targeting the ready to move in apartments. So what is the problem that Millennium tried to solve through Hofenders? Hofender doors is a solution that kind of addresses the deficit, as we spoke about, in functionality and performance of doors. We wanted to kind of look beyond the idea of the fascia and the decorative material and really see what can the door offer beyond this scope. So Hofender was created from that perspective to kind of give our fellow members in our industry a performance-based approach to finishing products. We believe we are the best performance to cost ratio there is in the door industry. So how does Hofender come up with this product? So our sourcing is key. We source from globally time-tested products. We pay a lot of attention on R&D, not just of the supplier, but our own R&D within us. So we never bring out a product until it's been thoroughly tested. We made sure that the whole category is covered. So we wanted to cover from economical to your premium and to luxury, because any builder will be doing different kinds of projects. So we wanted them to find a one-stop shop when it comes to doors and kind of target every segment that they are in. Another extremely important differentiator is Hofender has heavily invested in installation technologies. Being an RCC company, we always understood that buying the right door is half the journey, and actually getting it installed rightly and in time and without really damages to your opening and the door was extremely important. So we've invested a lot of time and technology in that. We found a 30% reduction in our technology from standard door installation technologies. Environmental friendly material, we always strive to really use environmental certifiable material like forest friendly certifications. Just a quick look at how are we different from conventional. So when we talk about conventional, we're really talking about on-site and or a hybrid of on-site and off-site kind of work. Most of the on-site work is all plywood and manual labor, while we focus on factory finishes. There is no need for on-site any kind of manufacturing. It comes factory manufactured, we install and we get out of your way. When it comes to conventional, there's also a lot of indirect costs that you can't kind of quantify. But when we work with Hofender, you will kind of understand the whole scope of how we do it, when we're doing it, because we bring in the same RCC project management mentality back into the picture. Conventional cannot give you any kind of warranty or guarantee on their work, which we give a 5-year warranty for all our projects, for all our products through all our projects. Again, conventional, you don't know where the raw material is coming from. If it's plywood, what quality of plywood it is, there is no understanding. With us, it's all measurable and certified. One of the key things that conventional kind of misses out is the most important idea of privacy of sight and sound for door sets. Mostly people just look at it as a need to kind of close up an opening, but they are missing an opportunity, because the importance of door set in India, especially given the noise and the distractions, we really wanted to kind of focus on the performance aspect of it. Conventional kind of ends up being a seasonal labor. One day they're there, next day they're not there. Hofender can support you nationally. So wherever you go with your business, we are there, giving you the same ability and the same importance and the same amount of service that you would get anywhere else, anywhere in the country, and that is guaranteed by us. There's high probability of undulation in work when it comes to conventional. By kind of focusing on mechanization and kind of using the right products, we're offering a perfect surface, so no telegraphing or shadowing when it comes to your door shutters. Again, conventional cannot offer you certified fire resistance or fire door. We have a grading from modern to high when it comes to fire doors. And another important point is conventional really relies on timber batten or flat plus particle boards, but we've been using a globally accepted 69-year-old extrusion tubular board, which has always borne us really good fruits when we are using it for the last couple of years. I'll quickly go through all the door segmentation we have. Before that, just a quick look at how our doors are made, an explosive view. So if you start from the left to the right, we give options in decorative from laminates, pre-laminates, paint to veneer. We use tubular core as the inner infill core. Our shutter frames in flush doors are mainly made of pine, KD pine, KD being the important part of the word. In the exterior, we provide wooden lipping or PVC lipping with PUR glue. PUR glue is one of the most water-resistant glue available out there. And our door frames can be made from anywhere from our 72-hour boiling-proof boards to softwood and to hard timber. Economic door sets. Now, this is a very exciting category out there currently. There's a real need for good economical door sets. So we kind of really put our brains together and hacked out an understanding of how can we offer quality, with pricing. So our standard offering in economic is 72-hour boiling proof, low formaldehyde, emission grade, European engineered wood panels. This is one of the best panels you can get for doing this kind of work. Our door leaves are 100% melamine impregnated, so they kind of give you a 100% waterproof surface. Standard thicknesses, you're looking at about 30 to 36 in this category. Finishing, we give a wide variety of 20 grain decors in pre-laminated that can be used with obviously a matching PU paint that we offer. Again, PU is a high quality paint that we are offering for affordable housing. Now moving on to standard door sets. Standard door sets, we again offer 72-hour boiling proof. Our door leaves are 3 mm decorative HDF skins. And like I said, the infill we use extruded tubular infill. Again, in the standard, we offer thicknesses between 32 to 45, available in 20 different shades. One of the main things that starts from this standard on, you have you have like a good guarantee on impact resistance, 20 kilograms per centimeter square, which is quite strong. It's also climate stable. So what we mean is, it doesn't have the reaction normal wood doors have with regard to moisture in the environment or lack of it. All our doors have 20-minute low burning rate. This is extremely important, kind of making each and every door kind of ability to sustain fire or in case of fire. Very good or extremely high screw holding capacity within our standard doors. Now just moving to our premium door set range. Premium, this is where the real functionality of doors comes into the picture. So it's got the main function of a premium door set range is it's got high impact resistant acoustic door sets with comfort closing. So what that means is each of our door sets within this have a decibel rating. So the decibel rating starts anywhere from 27 dB and goes up to 35 dB. The door frame itself, again, we can offer you a BWP 72-hour boiling proof, or we also can offer solid wood and yellow cedar, which is basically water resistant and insect proof. Finishings for door shutters, we offer in laminate, veneer, and matching PU paint or PU polish on the frame. Buildings or kind of projects we'll be looking at is when your flats are selling to about 1.5 to 3 crore value. And it's also great for institutional offices because of the acoustic value that it provides. This is one of our really worked hard product, one of our flagship products. It's called the triple acting door set. So when I say triple acting, it basically takes into all the main functionalities that a door should have, which is the fire rating, an acoustic rating, and a smoke arresting technology. We are India's first door manufacturer to showcase this at the Constro in the beginning of last year, before COVID put a spin on the whole world. We've been covered, as you can see, in prominent woodworking magazines as well. Now, all these triple acting doors come under a luxury door set category. So to put it simply, it's divided into two kinds of doors. One is a 34 dB sound rating, 60-minute fire rating door with smoke arrest technology. And the second one is a 37 dB sound rating with 30-minute fire rating and smoke arrest technology. Now, this door is a full force door. So you have every possible advantages and every possible features that we fitted into this door. So screw holding capacity, we use guaranteed impact, bore resistant, climate proof, climate stable, comfort close. Comfort close when basically your door is not going to bang into your frame. And it gives you that soft plush close that kind of adds the value. Another important thing is we give it in many finishes. You can go for laminate, veneer, PU, high gloss, matted, painted shutters. So it's really up to you when it comes to these kind of doors. Again, just to give a kind of idea, we're kind of targeting 3 crore plus sale value on flats. It's also very important for institutional office, hospitals, because it also fulfills a very technical requirement that a door needs to do. Another category that we do have are fire doors. So our fire doors are divided into 30-minute, 60-minute, 120-minute certified fire doors. So we hold certifications that are valid in India and tested in India as well and overseas to kind of provide you certification for our doors. The door frames typically are made of beech LVL and hardwood. One of the most exciting things about this is the environmental friendliness. So our 30 and 60-minute fire doors are completely recyclable and eco-friendly. So kind of being very conscientious of the environment we are working in. The standard thickness for those doors is about 45 to 55 mm. And again, finishes are available from pre-lam to veneer to paint, whichever suits your project. Quick look at the certifications. We have IFC certifications for 30, 60, and we also have APRT certifications. This is just a quick look at the 60-minute fire-rated door. So starting from the left, from a decorative material, front laminate, pre-lam, paint, any of that can be used. Then you have an HDF surface. Then you have a solid core. The shutter frame in this situation is hardwood, unlike pine wood. Lipping can be provided in wooden or PVC. And the door frames are usually, when it comes to 60 and 120, is hardwood over 700. But when it comes to 30 minutes, we can even use yellow cedar when we go for these options. Another exciting part that we have kind of developed as a response to the current work environment, which is created by COVID, and we see it going forward for a long time. So everyone's trying to work from home currently, and everyone's trying to, recreate the environment and the quietness that you might feel in your office, in the home. But given the situation, homes are never meant for these kind of purposes. So there's a lot of distraction, TV, children, family, your grandparents watching your favorite. So there's a lot of distraction. So imagine if you could actually have a work from home door that you can offer to your customers. So what we do is, when we work with B2B customers, we are offering this the same way you would offer, bathroom fittings, stylings. We can offer to convert standard doors into work from home doors at an incremental cost. So this becomes a huge differentiator for our developers and builders out there.
Jitin, we just have 1 minute more.
Yeah. So another thing we're really focusing on is installation. As an RCC builder, we realized that the whole process of decades long of slow and unevolved systems of door installation, it's slow, inconsistent, and really creates damages. What Hoffinder has done is really modernize this process. And there's no dependency on seasonal labor, and we've reduced installation times by 30, and also opening damages by 80% has been reduced. Just a quick browse through. So if you had to think about Hoffinder, Hoffinder really offers high impact, perfect surface, noise reduction, customized to your taste and your needs. And we are an end-to-end partner. So we don't cover the door. Apply our skills as RCC company, understand your problem and be there throughout the process. I quickly want to talk about special pricings that we're going to offer for our CREDAI MCHI members. So economical door sets, usually which go for 10 to 10,500, we're offering at a very low price at 7,800 for our CREDAI members. Standard, we're offering it at 10,000. Premium door sets, we're offering it at 16,000, which usually are 18. And luxury, we're offering at 28,000, which is at 32,000 normally. Again, the same thing with our certified fire doors. We're offering it at 20, 23 and 32 respectively for 30, 60 and 120. Quickly going through modular, we are offering a range of finishes and decors. All our modular kitchens are PV even grade and MDFI even grade. We've kind of tied up with major hardware guys like Hafley and Hitish to kind of give you this product. Again, we're offering our kitchen range starting from 75,000, including fittings and site installation. Wardrobes, quickly, again, we have many different wood grains and options. Again, our carcasses and our carcass material is all E1 and they are furniture grade. And again, we're using premium fittings for that, starting at 40,000. These are our clients that currently we've been working with, is Millennium is working with. This is our details, and if you have any questions, I would love to take them. I'd like to again thank CREDAI and Shaw and Span Platter for helping us through this.
Yeah, I think we quickly start with the questions. Thank you for your presentation. I think it was very informative. There were 4 to 5 questions with respect to the product, but I've gone through those questions. Some of them have already been answered in your presentation.
Okay.
So only a couple of questions which are not answered, we'll take it up.
Yeah.
One is from Mr. Nihar Gandhi. He would like to know that if we give you an order for manufacturing of doors, as you rightly said, it's an end-to-end. So we expect that you're going to install it, everything complete.
Everything, sir, from helping you come up with the right opening size to installing it to reviewing it. We insert ourselves into your weekly, monthly schedules because we understand how RCC works. So we know that you need to be there at every point. We can't just deliver and run off. No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Nirav, and thank you, Jitin, for answering my question.
No problem, sir. No problem.
Correct. As 5 years. So,
sorry?
Yeah. I saw 2 questions which were there. Thank you, Nihar. And I think Mr. Mohan Upadhyay want to know the pricing of it. So you have given the comparison prices of the special offer.
Correct.
So I think Mr. Mohan, you will have to evaluate that. He would like to know what are the basic prices.
So I've covered the basic pricing. So like I said, for our CREDAI members from economical.
Hello.
Hello.
No, actually what I wanted to ask Jitin was that how expensive or economical he is as compared to the standard doors.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
How economical or expensive you are as compared to the standard doors, let's say other brands, local brands.
Sir, to be honest, so our economical door is very affordable. So the kind of performance and the full, we are talking about a full door set, a frame and a shutter. They're extremely competitive. I'm sure, even if you're considering us, you will go out there and see in the market and you will realize exactly what I'm saying. Because we've spent a lot of time on R&D to kind of get it right. The challenge has always been, we didn't want to give a substandard product just because it's affordable. We wanted to be able to also give the same kind of conscientious, performance doors that we give for every other category.
Okay, thank you then. Thank you.
No problem, sir.
Yeah, I think one last question we'll take it up is, I think, as you rightly mentioned, that I think at couple of times you have mentioned that it is for 3 crore flat.
Yeah.
Now this 3 crore flat, you'll have to define which city you're talking about.
Yeah, well, it's definitely
that
not
will
South
change the
Bombay.
definition.
It's definitely not South Bombay or South Delhi. So we are from Pune. So obviously I'm giving you a comparative what I think of Pune. Another way to look at it would be the number of rooms in a flat. So we're talking about 4 to 5 BHK. Again, that might not be fair for Bombay because again, prices of the premium, but that is just a very vague reference to what we think it could fall under. But prices can be anything, to be honest.
No, because this being an MCHI, Mumbai developers will be itching to immediately call you for 3 crore flats. So that's the reason I wanted to get a clarification on that.
Oh, definitely. When we say luxury, it can go up to anything because it's about finish and the decibel and the performance.
Correct. I think nicely explained. I think definitely a product to explore, and for you also to move out of Pune and explore other cities.
Yes.
So I think it should be a mutual victory for everybody. Yes. So let's move towards that. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
I
sir.
think your coordinates are there. Secretariat will always share the details with the participants. Perfect. So that you can have one-to-one discussions with them.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Chirag, can we have the next?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
This is Ashwin Bora.
Yeah. From
Energlow,
right, sir?
Ashwin ji, kahan par ho?
Haan ji, sir.
By the time, Nirav ji, I would like to welcome. I could see Nilesh Puranik ji has come. Our convener, Nimesh Bhai has also joined, Nimesh Ajmera. So nice to see convener, co-convener, Nimesh Ajmera and Nilesh Puranik. Yes, sir, Ashwin ji, you can start.
Yeah, is a presentation on?
He will keep presentation, Charmi.
Yeah, Royston is doing.
Acha.
We are talking about aviation lights.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Very interesting. Aviation lights. Then he has lights on the air, what do you say, that patta?
Airfield lamps also we do.
Yeah.
Quickly, my name is Ashwin Vora. I want to thank the management of MCHI for granting this opportunity to address all of you. The subject of presentation is vast and time is short, so I will try to cover the highlights from each of the slides. Kindly share your email ID in the chat box and I will send this complete presentation with relevant technical details on the subject.
Absolutely.
Mr. Joseph, thank you. Now, I believe I'm a proud ancillary member for MCHI and I opt to become a first life member. I'll be keep coming back to all of you with topics of common interest. Talking about Energlow, what it offers: aviation obstacle light for high-rise buildings, dry disinfection, technical lights and solar solutions, decorative lights and home decor products. I'll try to run through quickly so we can spend more time on the question. Next. There are three types of lights: low intensity, medium intensity, and high intensity. Why light? A light indicating presence of an object which is dangerous to an aircraft in flight. That's why we require the aviation obstacle lights, which usually you see on the top of the high-rise buildings. I'll come back to when do we use low intensity or where do we use high intensity. Who are the stakeholders? You know most of the stakeholders except the last two. Next. We know most of the stakeholders: Airport Authority of India or operators or municipal corporations or developers. Last two is of importance is the neighboring structures. We should also end the birds. Neighboring structure occupants are going to have impact on the high flashing lights, and so is the birds. So we have to be careful about the society also while we are talking about the environment, while we are talking about the compliances. Next. Whenever somebody wants to put aviation obstacle lights for compliance, they have basic questions. Okay, whether we really need aviation light or not, what kind of lights, low intensity, medium intensity, or high intensity? What should be the location, number of lights? How do we evaluate and select the aviation lights? Who will do the installation and commissioning? These are the common questions we hear every time we approach a new client. How to ensure the compliance? That's the key. That's the key to aviation obstacle lights. And what should we do post installation, monitoring, and maintenance? I would like to highlight on the mindset which we have to focus on. Keep safety in mind rather than mandatory regulatory compliance. I will talk this little later, but I would like to highlight that above 45 meters, we require aviation light. Most of the developers wait till they are ready for occupation certificate. But occupation certificate, you don't have to wait till. You should look at the safety. What is the plan of action? Awareness of civil aviation requirements, workshop for all the stakeholders. Incidentally, on November 6, 2019, the Airport Authority of India had scheduled a workshop on aerodrome safeguarding. I was lucky and fortunate to be a guest speaker, and many of you members were present on that day. So I urge MCHI to hold workshop for safety purpose of using the aviation obstacle light. We also have to look at the project specific. As I mentioned about birds, as I mentioned about the neighboring, we should try to reduce number of lights while complying with the regulation. That's very important. And that's what we do professionally when we guide on any of the projects. We also help how to select the right product. Monitoring maintenance plan, we have planned that whichever lights is installed, we should be able to see on a server in a central location. Unfortunately, because of COVID, that plan is shut off for another 6 months, but we'll be able to do that. Probably that would be the first time in India. You may be aware of this civil aviation requirements. Specifically, Chapter 6 talks about the aviation lights. And these are the chart we will discuss maybe at a later date. One is to know the basics that low intensity lights are required for less than 45 meters, medium intensity for 45 to 150 meters, and high intensity for towers above 150 meters. Also, the intensity changes. For high intensity, it is 2 lakh candela during daytime, 20,000 during morning and evening hours, and 2,000 at night. It should not dazzle. If you have high intensity of aviation light at night, then it will dazzle the eyes of the pilot, and that's why at night the intensities are low. What do we offer to MCHI fellow members? Site visit, we give end-to-end solution. I will send you this slide later on or the details, but we give end-to-end solution from site visit to the compliance requirements. And also, okay, second part is extended warranty. As I mentioned before, if you have gone above 45 meters, then aviation light is required. And most of the buildings in Mumbai today, you will see 150, 190 meters and still aviation light is not put in. We have one offer to make. If you install and commit a light, then whether it's 2 years, 3 years, whatever your RERA declaration is there for number of years of project, we'll continue to support that at no additional cost. This is the special offer we make to the MCHI member. The objective is to meet the compliance at the early stage and not to wait till OC. And also we'll give additional warranty for our existing clients for 6 months, considering that this is a 6 months COVID period. If it gets extended, we'll add a few more months. Next. These are some of the projects completed. Lodha, almost all the towers, not almost, all towers are with our aviation lights. Then we have done Rustamji, Ajmera, Four Seasons, Shapoorji, Pallonji, and so on. Next. I have completed the aviation obstacle light topic and going to the next topic of disinfection. There are 3 basic technologies: ultraviolet, ozonizer, and photocatalytic oxidation. Next. This is the wrong slide. The content is wrong. What I wanted to say here, that if it is a direct exposure, the disinfection management is very difficult or impossible. Here, it was supposed to be direct or indirect, and you should have, whether it is an intense exposure, medium scale exposure, or mild exposure. And then depending on that we have to plan the treatment, whether it's a comprehensive treatment, a minimal treatment, or specific target. When we talk about minimal treatment, the HVAC is a minimal treatment, what we recommend to the all users. Specific target would be on the case-to-case basis. Comprehensive, like you have a COVID center, whether you have a hospital, then ozone or a comprehensive treatment is the must. Next. Application is for air disinfection, you have UVGI for HVAC, PCO for confined area. I would like to discuss with the elevator companies on this aspect and just take some trials. And ozone for complete disinfection. Surface disinfection is UV light. There are some myths that people talk about, that you have a UV light and expose it on vegetables and you get disinfected. That cannot happen. UV light cannot penetrate through the surfaces. So all UVGI equipments are effective on top surface treatment only. Whether it's your objects, whether it's your parcels, it will only act on the surface. So if you want to use UV light for parcels, you have to do it all around. Second myth is ozone. Ozone concentration required for disinfection is about 2.5 ppm, which is much higher than the permissible human exposure, which is less than 1 ppm. Anyway, we'll provide free consultants to MCHI members for disinfection. We have make in India products, and everything is made in India only. Next. Service to MCHI fellow members for disinfection, evaluation of disinfection requirements for your projects, proposal for comprehensive disinfection solution, and technical discussion and practical demonstration. We'll be sending regular emailer whoever is registered.
I will create that. One. Bas. Sure.
There are a lot of applications we can look at for air as well as the surface disinfection. When we talk about air disinfection, it's a living space, office, home, cabins, AHU, HVAC, a surface disinfection, tables, chairs, floors, articles, what we are coming inside the, or we can talk about paper and check leaflet also. Boardrooms, conference rooms, disinfection and oxygen enrichment. Confined area, we talked about the PCO technology, material packages which are coming inside the offices. There is also need for fruits and vegetable cleaning and disinfection. That's a separate, that is also with the ultrasonic technology. STP you are already using with chemical STP units, but then ozone would give us a chemical free plants. Next. Third area is the lighting solution and home decor. We provide complete lighting solution for common area, clubhouse and exterior lighting. For developers, we have a comprehensive portfolio for show flats, luxury decorative lighting, premium home decor and accessories and small features. We'll announce this by mails that what all we can offer to the developer on this front. These are some of the pictures on the decorative lighting and decorative products. And thank you. I hope I have completed well within time, so I can take the questions. Hello.
Yes, sir. So before question, हमारे moderator question जमा करते रहेंगे. Before question, I want to say something.
Yes, sir.
You know, as you said that you are working with almost all the developers in Mumbai and Pan India near the airport for this airport building lighting. So when next time हम plane से जब उतरेंगे तो light देखेंगे तो आपको याद करेंगे.
Thank you. But, sir, let me just share my views. Any project I do, without naming it, and I don't blame any technical person, but I get a solution, I get a proposal for 12 lights, 16 lights, 20 lights, and actually these projects will get completed within 5 lights or 3 lights. So considering the neighbors and birds, we should try to reduce number of lights so that, you know, environment is also conserved. So we do very intensive program on the same. Yeah, please.
Neeraj ji, any question? Neeraj ji ka network thoda, I think he is on mute and bad network.
Just a minute. It's okay now? Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes,
sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Oraji, I think main thing which I would like to understand is, as you rightly said, if you can reduce the number of lights, that itself will amount to reduction in cost. I think that's a very good concept. Second thing, for other lightings also for this thing, if you can provide consultancy and turnkey solutions, because the very concept of going for a lighting consultant and putting up that on board, I think that is becoming a very expensive affair for everybody. So if you can substitute that, I think developers will be very much happy with that aspect.
Sir, can I respond to that, sir?
Yeah, it's for you only, sir.
Yeah. Quickly, what we do is we provide comparative studies on minimum 5 products for a project. Okay. Suppose I have done at ICC Vadodara for Bombay Realty. It was through Godrej. So we would give 5 different products and we don't show the product till technically it is qualified. We tell all our clients. Hello.
Yes, please continue. Please continue.
So we do not show the end product or a sample of a product, and we request clients don't show it to your superior, क्योंकि एक टाइम कन्या पसंद आ गई तो शादी हो जाएगी. फर्स्ट उसके गुण क्या है, उसमें उसका रूप के मत देखिए, उसके गुण पहले देखिए. So all the technical parameters are first validated before a sample is submitted. And this cost, this is for MCHI members will give free of cost all the consultancy and with a Zoom call. Okay, so that is our promise.
I think that's nicely expected. I think that is what members would be looking. Only one more request, which on behalf of the entire MCHI team is, you have said all enrollment till September. I think September is very near. You should take it up to December or even up to the financial year end.
Well, December is done for now. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll revise it. Okay.
I think you have utilized the platform and given good announcements. Thank you very much for your presentation. We look forward to work with you, and I think definitely participants will be looking at you and will be inviting your team for further discussions.
Can I take 30 seconds of more time?
Yes.
I had talked about air disinfection. I had talked about surface disinfection. Right from childhood, I had been using neem. Okay. If you take neem extract steam only for 3 minutes a day, maybe twice a day, that will be a shield for against COVID. That is my belief. And if somebody is ready to do any research work, I'm ready to work with them. And number two, that neem stick would be good for your throat. So there is a surface disinfection is a neem stick, and air disinfection or the respiratory infection disinfection. I should not be using disinfection, but respiratory shield is for neem extract. Anybody writes to me, I will give you a full detail on the subject. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Raheja. I think you are very passionate with respect to whatever you do. So
Yeah,
I think members should take full leverage of that and have a good interaction with you at a later date. Thank you very much for your time. We can move on to the next presentation. The next presentation is by Deconic Profile India Private Limited. They may do UPVC profiles for doors and windows. And number 2, manufacturer of UPVC profiles for windows, doors, and they have been doing business since last 82 years. They have presence in 91 countries. In India, they have successfully delivered over 100+ projects and in last 10 years. And they've installed structurally safe windows in 20+ high-rise towers. So I think would like to invite Mr. Dev Chandwani, Business Development Director, Deconic Profiles India Private Limited. Yeah, Mr. Dev, the floor is yours.
First.
Pardon?
Dev ji se pehle let's have the AV of Deconic.
Yeah, fine. Carry on.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Nirav sir, for the nice introduction and giving me a chance to present the company. First of all, good afternoon to all industry stalwarts like Mr. Puranik, Mr. Nimis Ajmeradi, Jayesh Bhai, KC Bose, Hari sir, Nirav sir, Salil ji, Prashant ji, Jalan Saab, and Deepak ji. So many people all put together in the same platform. What a fantastic moment I'm enjoying right now. Thank you very much, MCSI CREDAI, for arranging this e-Biznet, for giving us the opportunity to come together and find out the ways and means to roll over our business in the challenging times. So thank you very much. So welcome you all, and let me reintroduce you, the Deconic. Let me share my screen. Okay, Deconic is involved in various products and roof lines, claddings, roof shutters, doors, windows, roller shutters, and wall ceiling coverings. But today we'll be talking about the windows and doors only. Okay, the Deconic is a world number 2 manufacturer of the UPVC profiles for the doors and windows. We established in 1937 and doing the business successfully since last 82 years. We have a presence in 91+ countries worldwide. We have a 14 manufacturing plant and 22 distribution centers. We have a full-fledged technical support to the architect, facade consultant, and the developers as well. Deconic India is the subsidiary of the Deconic NV Belgium. We are serving Indian market since last 10+ years, so we have already gone through the ups and downs of the market, so we understand it, and we have the product range to suit these countries' environment as well. And we have successfully delivered the projects, 100+ projects, high-rise towers as well. We have 2 warehouses in Chennai and Noida, where we are keeping 900 to 1,000 ton stock to scatter the project requirement. We have a 35 to 40 channel partners, those who are scattering the demands of the projects and the retail segment by fabricating and installing the windows and doors. This is the factory what we have in Turkey. Although we have 14 factories worldwide, but we are importing the UPVC extrusions from the Turkey plant. Some of you have already seen this factory. It's a fully automated plant, and the sections are coming from this company, this unit. Okay, this is our Chennai warehouse. This is a major warehouse hub of our storage center, where we keep a lot of stocks there for the customers. And another warehouse we have started in Noida to scatter the demand of the north and east. Now we have a products to suit your project requirement. So definitely every project have a different requirement, so we can pick up and choose, and we give the technical support. Our team is definitely working on the structural calculations and giving the optimal requirement for the project. So these are the few names. Of course, you are familiar with that, so I will not emphasize on that. But now every window is not the same, definitely, as we all know that. Okay, and we can't think of a life without the window as well. But here we are talking about the windows, not only the window, the performance of the window, where it comes to the thermal insulation, water tightness, acoustic insulation, and structural safe windows. And that is what we mean the window, proper window. We are the pioneer in 70 mm series, where we have a 5-chamber systems, and which gives the optimal level of all those parameters what I said just now. We have a variety of colors to scatter the demand. Now we have executed a lot of projects, but I'm showing you few projects here. This is Runwal Greens, Poland, Mumbai, Tostamji Thane, in Hyderabad, in Bangalore, in Hyderabad, Noida. So we are working everywhere, like north, south, east, west. Okay, we have completed a lot of projects. And luckily, high-rise towers as well with the structural calculations. So nothing went wrong in last a few weeks ago, whatever happening in this country about the nature. So these are the projects. I'll just quickly flip through. Now let us talk about the challenges what we have. Like, we have slowdown in the projects, as we all know. That's the reason we are talking about. Mr. Nirav said that the bold step what we have to take. There is a slowdown in the payments as well. Existing inquiries also very less. So we are offering our channel partners the discounts and definitely giving them the material on time. And our Noida warehouse is also supporting to scatter the demand. Now we'll talk about the currency exchange, like the euro. Earlier it was 85, 86. Earlier it was 76, 77. But today I saw that it's 88. So still we are holding the whole prices. Okay. And special prices for the projects as well. Now, usually the window cost coming like 400 to 450 for bigger quantity. We can definitely work out the options, where we can reduce the cost of 400 rupees per square feet. And all windows and doors will be definitely designed as per the building height and the wind pressure as per the IS 875 Part 3. And of course, with the 5 mm clear glass and the glasses, we can see that, and accordingly we plan it. Okay. With the handles, the locks as well. But now what we are talking about, the gold step, what Nirav sir has initially said, that's what we are here now. And we will definitely discuss on those things. Definitely, this is not a proposal, but definitely this is what we feel that we can come around the tables as well. And definitely developers can take the advantage of this. Okay. How, like, usually in construction industry, we have a lot of materials, but in the doors, windows category, usually is the only one contract where they buy this stuff, fabricate and install. But if we can separate these orders into the supply and installation, okay, what is the objective? The objective is definitely to reduce the prices of the end product by splitting. How can we do that? Because we have a lot of production facilities available in India where we can capitalize those production units and bring the ready-made windows and doors from the big contractors, okay, those who are not into this segment, but they can definitely spare the capacities. They can supply the consistent supply of the windows and doors. along with the requirement, whatever the approved drawings are there, the quality will be consistent, okay, because this contractor is not changing, only one factory is producing, the whole project will have a same and seamless quality, you know. And of course, there will be a fixed rate and the fixed payment terms. You can work on that. Delivery as per the requirement, like phase wise, like, you know, first phase, second phase of the building wise. So your capital is also not stuck there, and you can quickly, you know, complete the project as well, and the quick return on the investment as well. Okay. So these are the few things, you know. Of course, the supply is one portion. The installation, of course, you can choose your installer based on the phase wise and project wise and the building wise as well. This is what we think about. But let us take this discussion further. I'm going to invite our managing director, Mr. Satish Kumar, on board right now, and to throw some more light on this thing. So, Mr. Satish Kumar, welcome you.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you very much to MCHI for organizing this BizNet 2.0. The first one was really very interesting. Actually, Deconic has been part of all the BizNets, right from the first one in Pune to live shows in Mumbai and the one in Istanbul. It has always been our pleasure to be part of this event. Coming to the point which my colleague Dave mentioned, I think if you look at different markets, especially in Europe, Poland is considered as the manufacturing hub for Europe. There are factories which are making windows every single day, 2,000 numbers. So 2,000 windows every single day is produced and supplied to different projects across Europe. And there are different installation contractors who do the installation. So the advantage when you look at a facility like that is the cost becomes controlled. The quality is also under control because these are all with automated machines. Why I'm saying this is there are a couple of our channel partners and also a couple of big aluminum fabricators who want to invest in the window production, but they want to be as a supplier of windows. In the one of the presentation, I think Tyson mentioned that they're working with Bharatiya City. So they imported the windows from China. Now, and the current situation when we are looking at making India and to export to the world, this would be a good option where you can source locally and you can source the windows which are as per the design requirement as per the IS 875. Let me also appraise you that we are part of the working group with the Bureau of Indian Standards, which is working on a new standard for doors and windows, where the water tightness is going to be 20% of the design pressure. So your windows need to be also designed not only for wind resistance, but also water tightness, which is 20% of the design pressure. So you get a window which is completely designed, fabricated in an automatic plant, and then delivered at your work site. The installation contract could be separate, which will help the fabricators to focus on manufacturing and delivering the right quality, quantity, and the price. And this is happening across Europe, it's happening in China and across Southeast Asia. And this concept, if it is taken forward in India, definitely in terms of pricing, in terms of quality, it is going to help. With this, I'd like to pass on back to Dave and probably go on to the question and answer session where we could discuss more about this and maybe take some private questions later on.
Yes, thank you very much, Satish. And Dehavji, this is our conclusion of the presentation, and I hope I didn't cross it. But anyway, I will share the screen of my contact details if any question answers is there, so I'm ready to answer it.
Yeah. I think we were just looking for questions, but because your presentation was very self-explanatory, people thought the parties felt should be asked was already present in that.
So nice of you. Thank you very much.
My first question is, I think, which is very can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hello. First question is, since
your
material comes from can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So due to COVID, did you have any disruption in your supply chain? with
So in
respect
fact,
to the exports.
in fact, I missed out to cover up that point as well. Like, surprisingly, the world was standstill, but during COVID as well, our containers, every single month, 2 containers were coming, and we were having a difficulty in clearing those containers here because the government machineries were not working, and suddenly all those piled up, and every single, whatever container frequency was there, it was consistent. The factory was not shut, although there was shutdown for maybe for holiday or maybe small lockdown 1 or 2 days or maybe maximum 7 days. But we never find any difficulty in our supply chain right from January till date.
Oh, I think so. So that was there, and as you rightly said, your capacity is already 900 tons. So that also would have taken care. And since the works were not progressing during the COVID, you did not face much with respect to that.
Right, sir.
I think,
right, sir.
Thank you very much for your presentation, and we are happy that you are enthusiastic each time you come back, and that freshness is available for all our members. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
I want to ask something. Dev Saab, you said that there were no disruptions during the COVID period, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is all thanks to God. It's all God's grace, because you have supported our initiative that was mobile dispensary van, and because of that mobile dispensary van, we have reduced the cases, COVID cases in Mumbai and Maharashtra. So that is all God's blessings.
So nice of you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are always available for any such kind of work, definitely, irrespective of the business and everything. Whatever capacities we have, definitely will do that. Thank you very much.
Keep doing the good work. And on the lighter note, Satish sir, next time when we come to Istanbul or Belgium, Belgium chocolate ice cream khilana jara.
Yeah, definitely. And also, if you are going to Belgium, mussels from Brussels.
Oh,
yes, mussels from Brussels. I think we are going to have something in the next year, definitely. This year is Joseph has got a lot of plans, and I know that. So we'll do it. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we move on to the last presentation of the second BizNet on the second evening. We now talk about a SafeSit, a product which is named as SafeSit. It addresses the growing hygiene and safety concerns of people in the light of the recent COVID and new normal. And SafeSit has come up with a product which is the need of the hour. Products which not only makes your washroom hygiene, but also easy to use. These are sensor-based, touch-free process, with lesser maintenance, UV rays to kill bacteria on the seat, clean and dry seat for the next user, then self-close flap, and other aspects. So I would like to welcome Ruchit Desai, and Director, and Kishan Parmar, Head Projects and Sales, for the presentation. Let me tell you first, you will have 5 minutes for your presentation because we are already running over time. So time is yours. Please take up. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Nirav sir. Hi and good evening to everyone present here. Firstly, I would like to thank MHCI for allowing us this opportunity to present our product. I'll directly run through the PPT. Allow me to share my screen. Yes. Again, good evening, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. I present to you my company, Inaugration Global Private Limited. We started out in 2016. We are a startup with 3 young entrepreneurs who associated with an investor to provide a solution which each and every person faces in the world. And we are proud to be the sole manufacturers of our 2 patented products. So I'll introduce my 2 products. One being SafeSit, which I'll be talking and elaborating in this presentation. And second is Lobby, which is an umbrella wrapping machine. Talking about SafeSit, so we started out in 2016, like you said. SafeSit ensures that the toilets are germ-free and hygienic. The entire idea is that every user gets a touch-free and hygienic toilet seat. So we started our journey in 2016, and we targeted the hospitality industry in Mumbai. In just a few months, we had over 3,000 retail outlets consisting of retail, restaurants, bars, gyms, cafes, corporates, etc. And by 2018, our major achievement was that our railway tender got approved, which was a breakthrough, making us proud suppliers to the Indian Railways. By now, we have 2 offices in Mumbai and Bangalore and a team of over 50 working employees to increase our reach and improve our hygiene standards of the country. We also boast of a strong distribution channel panning across 12 cities in India. By 2019, we had received our first export order, and by this year, we are already supplying to Europe, Middle East, Australia, and South Asia. I would like to play a short video which would take you through the product. Okay, so as you would have seen, the entire idea of the product is to provide a 100% touch-free and hygienic toilet seat. Again, taking you through the idea of the product, it's that just by placing your hand on the sensor, the entire washroom process becomes touch-free and you get yourself a new and fresh and hygienic toilet seat. So a plastic roll covers the toilet seat, and once you place your hand on the sensor, a new film comes out, collecting the used film on the other side. This ensures exact one rotation, making it a very safe seat to use. The film is destroyed by a cutter on the other end, so it can never be reused. There's a time interval between 2 uses to ensure that there is no misuse of the material. These are some of our esteemed clients. Like I already said, we are supplying to Indian Railways in Rajdhani, Shatabdi, Tejas and Duronto in their first class AC compartments. We've also supplied to a number of retail and corporate clients, which include some names as RPG, Sony, McDonald's, Dream 11, KEC, Metropolis, Diebold, Sidby, Thyssen Group, Pidilite, Skechers, Dream 11, etc. One of the main projects which I would like to highlight is SKCL, which is in Chennai, where we've installed around 350 units across eight buildings, which has 72 corporate companies and more than 8,000 employees. The benefits of Safe Seat are that every person gets a clean and sanitary toilet seat. It removes the risk of bacteria and viruses, preventing UTIs, which is one of the major concerns right now. And it enhances your corporate image, increases customer and employee satisfaction. It is low on maintenance with a long product life. We're focusing on feminine hygiene, as you would have noticed, because females are the one who have to sit and use the WC, whereas men can stand and complete their business. So there's a lot of water and urine, squat marks, feet on the seat, and there's uncontrolled use of toilet paper. Some of the features which I would like to highlight is that you should have to place your hand in front of the sensor, making it touch-free. UV rays which sanitize the used film. A new roll comes out and the used roll goes on the other side, and used film is cut before it is disposed. The current problems include that it is not practical for the housekeeping to clean the toilet seat after every use. Toilet rolls are cheap, but they end up creating a lot of nuisance when we spend lakhs of money in the plumbing problems. And the usage of toilet paper is also not controllable. Anyone can consume as per their own wish. The rolls that we use are 100% biodegradable. If you do a small Google search, then you would find how much more around toilet paper wipes out 27,000 trees in one day. One thing which we are very proud of is we fall under Make in India and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan both. We manufacture our complete product in-house at our factory in Bhiwandi, which is 1 hour from Mumbai, and we boast of a manufacturing capacity of more than 20,000 units per month. Thank you. We would be more than happy to answer your questions.
Yeah, I think thank you for being so precise and very nicely presented. And as you rightly said, this is the need. I think before questions, I just wanted to understand the pricing aspect for it, because as you said, it eliminates human intervention. So per use or per replacement, what would be the cost?
So one roll cost rupees 300. The MRP of the product is rupees 300, which gives you 150 uses.
Okay. So I think it's good. I think we can look into it. Any other questions, Joseph? If you have, somebody is asking anything, or we go for the conclusion part of it.
Anyone has any question? So let's.
I think, can we give the concluding part?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I think thank you all participants who have come in large numbers, encourage, and also the manufacturers, vendors who have given the flavor to this e-Biznet. In fact, the second day, we had a very interacting session and nicely presented, and it was a spectrum of all the products. So I think many takeaways for our participants, some announcements by Tesan, by Enaglo, and also by Deconic. I think that sounds good for everybody. And we expect you to come back, and I think the whole entire secretariat team for putting up this show in such a short span after the first Biznet, e-Biznet. So this is very crisply done, and I think last time we had 3 days. This 2 days, I think we covered maximum in that case. So before I conclude, I think I would just like to invite my dear friend Hari Easwaran, who's Vice President L&T Realty. In fact, he handed over me the baton. I am handing it back to him for giving a vote of thanks and put a curtain on this episode of the second e-Biznet. Thank you. Over to you, Hari.
Yeah, thanks, Nirav. And I think it's been a phenomenal 2 days. And they say this about communication, you know, it has 3 elements. One is a source, which was MCHI and the people who presented, specifically Deconic, City Lights, Thyssen, Berger, Ofundur, Energio. And the second was this wonderful, they say in communication, there's a source and there's a receiver. So we had close to 200 receivers. And I think the communication was complete with Nirav there, and the handshaking happened with the question answers. MCHI under, I think, Joseph now, we've had huge traction over the last couple of years, and I see it moving from strength to strength. I thank each one of you all for having been present. And the only thing I can wish, along with wishing you all a great 74th Independence Day, is that we grow from strength to strength. So each one of you, as many number of people you all can add, both developers and vendors, I think it'll be a win-win for all of us. So nothing better than using this digital platform. MCHI, again, to repeat, with Joseph, the 2 Charmies, Bhagyashree, Navashish, Prabhas, Sanjay, Royston, and I wish like hell I have not missed anyone. And the entire team has done a phenomenal job. I wish you all, and God bless, Godspeed, and thanks for joining.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much on behalf of MCHI.
Thank you.